Let's talk about the levels to dating. Again, in the dating game, I've identified a couple levels, and each one of these levels actually has a different set of rules. Now, first, let's start with just the casual dating. This is dating with no attachment, no accountability, no real structure. This is just people out having a good time, hooking up. If I see you, I see you. If I don't, I don't. But there's no real level of expectation or responsibility in casual dating. It's strictly, I'm just dating for fun. And that can be just hanging out. That can be, we're just hooking up, having sex. But there's no attachment, no understanding, no accountability to each other. These this level has a different set of rules than the next couple of levels. The next level we're going to talk about is going to be the committed level. Now, when I say committed, that means we are committed to understanding each other. This level here usually is definable as a relationship, usually monogamous, but it can be a polyamorous relationship. It can be an open relationship, but it does come with some definition. It has some structure to it, and there's accountability to other people in the relationship. But if you're going to date in this level, it has a different set of rules than the casual dating, and it has a different outcome than the next level, which is going to be the established. Now, for the established level of dating, these are my people who are more traditionalists. They want to be married, they want to have a family, they want to build legacy. And people who date for establishment and relationship, their entire MO, how they date is going to be different. They're going to have a different level of accountability. They're going to have a different level of discipline, and they're going to be much more selective in the people they choose to spend time or invest time with when they're dating. Because if you're dating somebody who wants to build a life that is established, they're not going to want to rack up the same type of history as somebody who just wants to date either casually or just established, because you understand that how you date early on will it will develop your skills. It could either leave you with trauma or baggage that you don't want to take into the future. So when you have that kind of forward thought to be established in your dating, you don't date as indiscriminately as somebody who's just casually dating for fun with no real forethought for the future, or somebody who's just dating to be in a committed situation because usually they either don't want to be alone or they don't have any desire or plans for the future to be in an established marriage relationship. Now, all of these levels are different, but when you add them together or you mix them up, unfortunately, you end up with what I have to give credit to my girlfriend Flo for bringing to my attention. There's the fourth level, which is the I'm just tired. I'm done. I've been through relationships. I've seen too much trauma. I've seen too much foolishness. I've been lied to, been deceived. There's too much game plan in, or I've been married, been divorced. I don't have the emotional capacity or the mental energy to get back out here and try and navigate the dating game as it is in the modern era. So they just pull themselves back. And this is where you'll hear people say things like, I can do bad all by myself, or I'm just doing me, or I'm taking time to work on myself. And usually for men and women, this particular level usually comes at a different time in their life. Usually men get to that season kind of early on, because as young men we're very unestablished and dealing with women who are in our age group. They're very inconsistent as well, and usually either want more from us than we're prepared to give at that stage, so we get frustrated with that. Or again, if you're trying to be established at a very early age and date with purpose, you may encounter people who are not at that same trajectory at that stage. So you get in that stuck, well, fuck it, I'm gonna just be a dog and do me. And that's where that usually happens earlier on. You go through that, you get established, you get matured, you settle down, then you decide you want to be in a more smooth, established, or committed relationship going forward. For women, it usually typically happens in reverse, because very early on, women are designed to seek out established relationships because their prime childbearing years come early on. So they want to make sure that they normally find somebody that they can build with and reproduce with. But in the modern era, that has kind of turned into the, well, like men, I'm just going to do me. I'm going to build myself. I'm going to get my bag. But they still have a lot of casual and committed relationships in between where they build up baggage, trauma. Some get jaded. And then later on, they get to that fucking, I'm tired. Don't mess with me. I'm just doing me. I'm getting my bag, boss chick vibe. So when you see these cycles of people continuing to kind of crash into each other in the relationship world, you understand why it is so important for us to be able to step back and organize some of this chaos and figure out what level of dating we want. What's the outcome? What's the purpose of the relationship that we want to get into? Because quite honestly, no matter what level of dating you get into, if you don't have a purpose for the relationship that is bigger than the two individuals or multiple individuals in the relationship, then it's going to come down to personal desires, wants, and needs trumping the relationship. And then we're going to repeat cycles that whenever a relationship becomes challenging or difficult or no longer serves us in a convenient manner, that's when we're going to find ourselves breaking relationships again and again and again. So we have to identify what level of relationship we're looking for so we can date appropriately and with the right strategy so that we get the desired outcome that we want. And we identify people who want the same quality or level of outcome. Or this is where we're also going to have to identify, besides knowing what level we're on, what strategy we want to be with, is are we willing to invest or work towards the skill set in maintaining the relationship at the level we want? Because our decision making early on always impacts the outcome down the road. So we have to stop dating so recklessly. And this is part of the process of the dating game. So again, if you are interested in pre-ordering my book, The Dating Game, where I'm going to be breaking all of these levels down, talking about even the different age levels, whether you have children involved or not involved. We're going to talk about how to navigate dating apps, and we're just going to have real dialogue about how we can date in a way that we can all win. So if you would like to pre-order it, you can go to my Cash App. That's Mr. M. Scott 76. And you can pre-order it for $13. Just take a snapshot of your receipt and email it to brothermarkscott@gmail.com. Again, that's brother Mark Scott, just like it sounds, all together, all one word, @gmail.com. And once you email me your receipt, I'll put you on the list to get the ebook as soon as it is released. So, Brother Mark Scott, just know I love you. I'm working hard to help us all win at this relationship game because quite honestly, we need some help. And if we don't save ourselves, nobody's going to do it for us. And I'd rather us work it out together, move forward where we're at, instead of us just pointing fingers and rehashing the mistakes and the issues of the past. Do we have to deal with them? Absolutely. But we're going to move forward with purpose and build strong relationships again so we can all win at dating. But this is Brother Mark Scott. I'm out. I love you. Peace.